guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be reviewing a few products from Lady Gaga's new cosmetic line, Haus Laboratories. I am very excited to review these products. I'm very excited about the launch. I'm very excited about Lady Gaga because, like, who doesn't like Lady Gaga? I know she's a weirdo, but like, hello? Have you seen A Star Is Born? No? What are you doing? This is the look that I created with her products, so if you would like to see how I did this and what I think about the products, just keep watching. I received my package just the other day. The only thing that I've done is opened this part up. I also checked to make sure that I received everything that I ordered, but other than that, this will be my first time trying it and I'm very excited. So from this launch, I ordered 3 of the liquid eyeshadows and 1 lip gloss. The eyeshadows that I got, they are called the Glam Attack All Over Liquid Shimmer Powder, so I'm pretty intrigued by that, a liquid shimmer powder. I got the shade Biker, Rose Bitch, that's what it's called, and Aphrodite. So I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna swatch all 3 of those for you. And then I also got the La Riot lip gloss in the color Corset. I'm not typically a lip gloss person, but they didn't have any lipsticks or liquid lipsticks, so this was the only lip product, I think, and then lip liners, and I'm not really a lip liner kind of person, so I just went with the gloss. So we're gonna see how that goes. As far as the look that we're gonna do today with these products, I am not able to use all 3 of these eyeshadows on my eye for today because I do have somewhere to go, so I can't put all 3 of these colors on and just look like a crazy person. So I am going to probably use the shade Biker. It's the darkest shade that I got, so we're gonna go for like a glam smoky eye just for today, but I will swatch all of the other colors for you, so don't worry, you'll still see what they look like. As far as the packaging goes, I think that it's really cute, really fun, really creative, but also very like minimalistic looking. So this is what the eyeshadows look like. They're basically just, you know, a black square kind of tube thing, but they do have this cute little diamondy detail on the top. So this one is Rose Bitch. Again, I'm just repeating the names. I apologize if I'm offending anyone with this language. So they just come with a little doe foot applicator that's got a little tilt to it, which makes it a lot easier to apply to the eye. So I'm gonna swatch this one for you. Ooh, that's a really pretty color. I don't think I, believe it or not, own an eyeshadow that is this color, liquid or powder, so that's, first of all, a freaking miracle because I have a lot of eyeshadows. The next color is Aphrodite. And so that is what that color looks like. It's like a pinky champagne-y kind of color. It's very pretty. I don't know how well that's picking up on camera. And then this is the shade that I'm thinking about using today. This is called Biker. It's like a deep, like gray silver color. Oh yeah. There we go. So I'm thinking like super smoky with this on the lid. It's gonna be fabulous. I'll swatch the lip gloss for you. I will put it on at the end of the video, obviously, but so this is the lip gloss in Corset. I have heard mixed reviews about the lip gloss as far as whether or not they're sticky. I've heard a few different. I'm gonna just do like a little double swatch since it is a gloss, so I want you to be able to see what color it is. Some people say they're really sticky, some people say they're super comfortable, so that is the lip gloss. It's just kind of pink. It was the most nude color that they had, so there's that. Okay, so since we are doing such a smoky look today, I am going to start with the eyes, and I'm going to zoom it in for that because you're going to want to be up close and personal with this here. Hello. So we're gonna mix it up a little, do a few different palettes, different colors. I'm gonna start by priming my eyelids with my concealer. I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. It's the only concealer I use. Love it. Never switch it unless someone can suggest something much better. I'm just gonna use my finger to blend that out. When I do something smoky like this, I always prime on a day-to-day basis. When I put just a little bit of something on, I don't prime because I don't really care if it lasts all day. But if this starts to come off, I'm gonna look like a nut job, so we wanted to try to stay on as long as possible. I think I used this palette last time. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. I love this palette. I think I mentioned it, how much I loved it last time, and I'm sorry for using it again, but it has the perfect colors that I'm looking for this look today. So I am gonna start by using the shade Birch just to get a transition shade, go in, get some dimension up in the crease here. It'll be a good base. We're not really going for like a brownie kind of eye, but we do need something else. We can't just go in with black or it's not gonna blend right. And we want it to look nice. Obviously, that's the goal. You always want it to look nice. So I'm just using a little windshield wiper motions. Just a nice overall like wash of color. We don't want anything too crazy, but we want something as a good base. Okay, fabulous. So then back in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, I'm gonna go in with the shade Twig, which is right here. It's also a brown, but it's much more of a cool tone brown. It's more on like the gray brown side, and so that'll help us start to build the cool tones that we're going for here. I'm interested to see how the liquid shadows perform over like normal powder eyeshadows. I did watch a few reviews on these products already, so I already have a little bit of an opinion going, which may or may not be a good idea. I don't know. But so I've only seen them on their own. The two reviews that I watched, they didn't use like normal powder eyeshadow underneath them. They just went for it and they just put the shadow straight onto their eye. So I'm interested to see how it performs over powder. I would think that it's gonna be fine, but you never know. Because typically they say not to put liquid products over powder products, but this claims to be a liquid shimmer powder. I'm sure somebody's already tested it, but I haven't seen it, so we're just gonna wing it. I'm just taking this fluffy brush with no additional product on it just to blend everything so it's all seamless and pretty, because can get a little scary when you go in with these dark colors. You can start to look like someone punched you right in the face, and that's not the look we're going for today, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching. Ta-da! We're gonna use this shade Slate in the Sultry palette. This is a true gray, so this is where we're gonna start to get real dark. Real dark, real cool toned. If you notice, I'm trying to avoid as much of my eyelid as possible while doing all this blending, because that's where the shimmer is gonna go, and I don't want these colors to affect the color of the Glam Attack Shadow. Gray on the other side. I know that you're probably thinking, Paige, you look ridiculous, but just wait. I find that a lot of times when you're doing eyeshadow, like a really intricate, colorful, or like kind of out there look, at first you think you look absolutely nuts, and then once you're finished and you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, wow, I look pretty good. So you just kind of let it flow. Don't let what you look like in the in-between scare you, because it's not the finished product, okay? You're gonna be fine. Or you're gonna look crazy, which I might, I don't know, we'll see. Let's hope I don't look crazy, because this will be silly if I look crazy. What will be the point of that? Obviously, to achieve this look, you do not have to have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette or the other palette that I'm going to be using in just 1 second. You don't have to have those. Any of the similar colors from any other palette can help you achieve this look. Again, with this fluffy brush that has nothing on it, I'm just going to go in again and just soften this all up because I don't want to look bruised. And with the gray, sometimes you can either look bruised or dead, and like, I'm not into that, you know? I don't want to look like a zombie. And right now I kind of do, but like I said, give it time. We're going to go in with, you can use any black, obviously. The Sultry palette does have a black. This palette that I'm going to use is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Dark Magic palette, and I'm going to use this black shade called Temptress. There's like a tiny hint of like shimmer in it, which I think, like, look at how black that is. Ooh, ooh. I'm going to tap some of that off because with black it's a little hard to fix, obviously, if you mess it up. So, and I'm going to just, I want to stay in the very outer corner with this. You don't want to bring that too far in, and like I said, don't panic. It's gonna look a little scary for a second. We're gonna have to go back most likely with these other shadows once we put the Glam Attack Shadow on. Okay, as you can see, this side has some like deeper, darker dimensions going on in this outer corner than this one. That's what the black does. So we want to add dimension to the look, so it's not just one flat color. And like I said, our lids are not bare, but they don't have everything on them yet, so you are gonna look a smidge scary for a hot second, and that's okay. Okay, so we're just deepening that up, and now we kind of match. Now we're gonna go in with the Haus Laboratories Glam Attack Shimmer Shadows Liquid Powder or something in the shade Biker, and we are gonna put that on our lid. I'm gonna use the applicator to put it directly on, and then I'm gonna take a brush most likely and blend it out. But I'm gonna work one eye at a time because I don't know how quickly this is gonna dry. I'm just going to use patting motions to move the product where I want it to go. So when you first apply them, they do feel very wet, but as I move it around and it's not so thick anymore, like in that one spot that I placed it, it doesn't feel wet anymore, but it is still moving, which is good, so it doesn't dry too quickly. One layer on one eye, and we're gonna go in on the other eye. Like I said, I might have to go in and put more or fix something somewhere, I don't know yet. When you use a liquid shadow, you want to be careful about dragging the product because you don't want to move the shadow that you already laid down. I like to use patting motions more than like rubbing or tugging, because you shouldn't be tugging at your eyes, ladies. Do you want to look old? I don't think so. So I'm gonna go in with a little more. I think I'm gonna go with more over here because they don't look even to me. And so now my eyes feel completely dry. I don't feel like I have liquid or cream or anything on my eyelids, and I think I look a little less scary than I did before now that we got that shimmer on there. I am gonna go in with the fluffy brush again just to blend all this fun stuff out one more time. and then I'm gonna zoom you out and we're gonna do the rest of the face, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do the bottom lash line. For primer, I'm gonna use the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. Just gonna use 2 pumps of that. Put that all over my face. For foundation, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in Soft Beige. And so this has this like weird little paddle thing. I just put that on my hand and dip my beauty blender in it because it's not sanitary to put that thing on your face. This foundation is one of my favorites. And again, like I said, I think in another video, I'm trying to go for like a not less coverage, but like a more natural finish. So I've been using a lot of BB creams and tinted moisturizers and things like that. But with a eye look that's so dark, I feel like sometimes you look silly if you go too really dark with like your eyes and your eyeshadow and you go kind of like over the top and then you have like no face makeup on. I think sometimes that can look a little silly, so we're just gonna go for it today. Now that I think about it, I don't think this lip gloss that I got is gonna go with these dark eyes, but whatever. I'm gonna go with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm gonna use Spot Conceal all these little blemishes and do my under eye area. For powder, I'm going to use the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I think this is the only powder I've ever talked about on here. Oh, and the Marc Jacobs one. But those two, I freaking just, this one and that one, I love it. I love them so much. So I don't know that I'll ever use anything else ever again. But I'm always down to try. I'm just going to powder underneath my eyes. The areas that I put that concealer on, hoping that it doesn't rub off along the day and I don't look crazy. Also my forehead, because you know, forehead wrinkles and whatnot. And now I look like a ghost with all this powder on. So you gotta really be careful when you do like a really cool toned eye, because I did mention you could look kind of dead, and so we don't want to look dead, so we got to put some color back into our face. But you also don't want to go too warm, because you don't want your eyes to be really cool and your face to be really warm, and then you look like a nut job. So I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which is I think a good mix between like cool and warm. You're not going to look like orangey, but you're not going to look dead either, so that's cool. For blush, I'm going to use NARS Madly. This is one of my favorite blushes, probably my second favorite blush in the whole world. Again, same thing with here, it's like a very nice, it's a shimmery blush, but it's not like sparkly, and I think it adds a very natural like flush to your cheeks, and it's not like, whoa girl, you got a lot of blush on, you know? I mean, you can make it look like that the more and more you put on, obviously, but why would you do that? Then we're gonna highlight, and I'm gonna stick with the like kind of cool tone theme we got going on here, because we warmed up the cheeks with the blush and whatnot. And I'm gonna use the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. I'm just gonna put that on the tops of my cheekbones for a little oomph, you know what I'm saying? And on the tip of my nose. And I'm gonna take my handy dandy duo fiber brush. I'm gonna mix all that, not mix it, but just blend everything so that way I don't look like I have like bronzer, blush, highlight. I don't want to look too uniformed. Then I'm gonna do my eyebrows. No brows, brows. So now I'm gonna zoom me back in, do a little bit more on the eyes, and then we're gonna try out this lip gloss that probably isn't gonna look good with this eyeshadow, but we'll see. So basically what I'm going to do is use the same exact colors that I used on the top across the bottom. So I'm gonna start with Birch. You want it to have the same progression as the top, so that's why we're going to use all of the same ones. And then we're going to use Twig, and I'm using just like a flat definer brush. You can stamp, you can rub, whatever you want to do. I like to do a little combo of both. I like to kind of stamp it on there at first and then blend it. And we're going to use that gray slate color. And then I am going to go into the black out of the other palette. Temptress, I think it was called. And I'm only going to put that on the outer corner. I'm not going to bring the black all the way in. I'm just going to stamp this out here. I don't want too much dark in here. Makes your eyes look smaller. Makes you look like a raccoon, in my opinion, and I'm not into that. So just the outer. Just so that it can connect with the upper eyeshadow. And then I take one of the brushes we were using before and just kind of blend all that together. You don't want any harsh lines. And then still, this has nothing on it. I'm just going to, again, just make sure this all looks good and seamless and fabulous and like everything we've ever hoped and dreamed it would look like. And because I'm a little extra, I'm just gonna add like just like a smidge more of the sparkly shimmer shadow to both eyes. Because, you know, can you ever have enough? I also want to see, now that this is dry, how more of it layers on. So, we shall see. Okay, so good sign. It doesn't seem to be lifting any of the product that we had down before it. Much better. I'm gonna just curl my lashes and put some mascara on. If you're a false lashes person, this is definitely the type of look that you'd want to add lashes to. I can't put on fake lashes for the life of me, so we're not going to attempt now. I'm going to use the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. It does wonders for these little nubbies. I always put like a million coats of mascara on. To each their own, of course. If you don't want to, don't feel obligated to. I have like no eyelashes though, and so the more the merrier. For this type of look, we definitely want some on the bottom. On a day-to-day basis, I sometimes don't put any on my bottom lashes, but when we're using this much eyeshadow, I feel like it looks silly if you don't.
8 hours later.
Ta-da! So now the eyes are done. While I'm zoomed in, I'm just gonna use this lip gloss because, like I said, I'm probably gonna wipe it off because it's not gonna look good. I'm gonna just try it by itself. And it's got this like curved little thingy, so it's supposed to just fit nicely on your lips. Ugh, this is so sticky. Okay, my first impressions are that it's very thick. I don't know that sticky is the word though, because my lips aren't like stuck together. They do feel very hydrated and like moisturized, but your hair is definitely gonna get stuck in it for sure. It's definitely gonna wipe off onto anything. Obviously it's a lip gloss. It doesn't look that bad actually with this look. It looks like it's gonna be a lot more pink than when you actually put it on, so that may or may not be a good thing. So actually, I think I am just gonna leave this on for now. Like I said, it's not gonna last, so I'll probably reapply it or apply something else throughout the day, but I'll let you know how I feel about that. And that's the finished product with the Glam Attack Shadow and the Riot lip gloss. I believe that there are 2 other colors in the Glam Attack Shadows. I know there's a green, I believe there's a gold. I think that's it. Oh no, there's another like darker color. It's called Chained Ballerina. I think it's like a gray or like a silver or something. I definitely think I'm gonna go back and get that one. I'm probably gonna get the green one. Gold's not really my deal, but I really like these liquid shadows. I love liquid eyeshadows and like cream eyeshadows. They're super easy too, especially if you use a shade that's pretty neutral. Like this Aphrodite shade, you can probably just put all over your lid and blend it out a little bit and just have that on for the day. I think that would be really nice. As always, leave me a comment down below letting me know what you'd like to see next. Give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!